I'm gonna read you a poem. It's a spoken word. It's like poetry with emotion, if you've never heard of spoken word. And it's my process with my mom, our journey together. And I'll just get into it. Dear Mom, I wish this were a song, sung to an angel's melody, a dementia remedy. But instead, I pour my heart into this letter, a prose in hopes that it makes others feel a little better, to know they aren't alone. And maybe it's a chance for me to atone. There are times when I am so sad, and others when I am so mad. This landscape of emotions has me feeling like a nomad in my own mind. But to go forward, we must first rewind. I remember coming back from space camp. I met a girl, can you believe that? I had so many questions, 3 hours to our destination, and no topic was taboo. Well, at least not for you. My cheeks turned red when you pulled out a condom and a banana and began talking sex ed. Embarrassed as I was, we had a non-disclosure clause, an unspoken contract that you would always tell it, matter of fact. I remember you cheering me from the stands. You were my biggest fan. Despite never catching a football, you helped me stand tall. From a nerdy boy without friends to a young man who stands for integrity, sincerity, not popularity. I remember before and after practice, you were always driving us, listening to Nobody Knows on repeat, the Tony Rich Project providing the beat, and me serenading you from the car seat, not caring what anyone would think. Lyrics about long nights and days so sad, and missing the love that we had, feeling all alone and wishing you'd come back to me. I remember you told me that one day that song might have a different meaning than what Mr. Rich was singing. Stupid teenager, what did I know? That I would one day watch you die slowly as the clock ticks away and I helplessly look for a way to save you, mother? Through tears I can hardly see and no words will bring you back to me. I remember the words you wrote when I went to college. We were pen pals when I increased my knowledge. I should apologize. I took for granted your dreams you shared before you became disenchanted. Before a bottle was your answer, alcohol your cancer. A relapse to cope with abandonment. Your life a reoccurring sacrament. And I can't blame you for you sacrificed too much for others who withheld their love. I remember how we called you Circle K, a loving nickname for when you'd wander astray or when you got lost. You always got lost. Maybe that's why I missed it. When your keys, you misplaced it. When that story didn't fit. When it felt like you didn't remember it. It wasn't an act. This disease had begun its attack, and what I wouldn't give for just a little more time back. It was as though it were a light rain that all of a sudden became a hurricane. I remember words you wrote in a holiday note. Always remember how proud I am of you and how much I love you. You're my shining star. I love you with all my heart. And when the unexpected happens, you can touch a star and I'll be there. A poet, even if you didn't know it. Rhymes that still ripple inside, but I can't reach those stars no matter how much I strive. And I will never receive another letter about how I made your life better. Mama, where did you go? It's getting harder to see you. I feel like I'm watching a movie, not a comedy. I'm not laughing. I'm still trying to understand what's happening. Deliver my mom from this cage of lost thoughts scribbled all over this page. Paging me on my phone. It's your ringtone. My breath is gone. I feel so alone. What must I do to atone for these evil thoughts that have me caught in a web of procrastination? Maybe I'll call you tomorrow. Today I'm on vacation. Maybe then it will all be better, the devil whispers in my ear. Words I'm ashamed to admit. I listen to this counsel and sometimes I even follow it. Where did you go? I asked God a lot. Through tears I fought. How did you let this happen? Did you make this happen? Was there supposed to be some silver lining? Like a miner, I go diving deep, deep, deep into my soul, willing to pay any toll. You have my attention, the devil confides. I sometimes think I could switch sides, just believe the lies. But something inside me asks, are you sure? Because you're a long way from shore, 50-foot waves in this storm. My heart's torn and thoughts lose form, have me asking, why are we even born when this disease becomes so many people's new norm? If only I could talk to you, Mama. You always had a way of making periods feel more like a comma. I miss you. I cry out to God, praying for a miracle to be odd. I gave up alcohol. I fasted for 3 years, praying every day with my tears, bargaining like a chief negotiator, yelling like Attila the Hun at my creator. I thanked God for this struggle. But unlike Gandhi, I crumble to my knees. I beg and beg and beg. Put back together this splattered egg. Humpty Dumpty, I'm broken without you, Mom. Heart shattered like the blast of an atomic bomb, my faith shaken with what God has already taken. You know, I pretend I'm okay. Some days I am. Some days shit hits the fan and I wish I could just be Peter Pan, go to some place made up, never having to grow up, where I could fly ever so high and actually touch the stars. And you'd be there, just like you said in your letter. But back to reality, it hurts to say goodbye. How you beg and reply, a plea to come along. And then it feels your love is gone. Anger to mask the fear that I will disappear and leave you all alone in this pretend home. You leave without another word to say. I love you, Mama, said to your back before going around a corner, gone from sight. My throat so tight. A boy inside me wants to scream, don't leave me, but instead silence is the loudest violence, beating me up inside with thoughts I'm afraid to confide. Guilt with a twist of shame, a nightcap to take away the blame. They told me to lie, to say I'm coming back tomorrow when I wave goodbye. But truthfully, I surrender with one more prayer for the strength of God's servant Job, to truly let go of you into God's hands, to know you've departed early into his heavenly lands. No more damnation, no more expectation, just me in prostration. May you finally receive unconditional love from our Father above, and may he welcome you with open arms like one of his daughters who returns. And just know that one day I will touch those stars, and until that day I will wait and pray, and time will once again be ours. And just know that I just know that you are watching your son live a life. Hopefully a man you are proud of, even in the afterlife. Thank you.